we were headed to
the Tetons.
the Grand Tetons. Yep.
Yeah, so it had rained the previous day when Rue had went through there. And I don't know what Rue was able to see, but when we rolled in, there was a heavy fog.
We had to
Clouds
sit.
were lifting.
We sat for a little bit and parked, and they lifted a little bit, but it still was quite a bit of fog.
All right, we just left Yellowstone. We spent the night at Grant. Had a good time there. Got showers, did some laundry. Got up this morning, headed out. It rained last night, so we have some lingering clouds. But it's supposed to be a sunny day. We have made it down to the Tetons. So right in front of us is Grand Teton. Just waiting for the clouds to lift so we can get some good views. Later this evening, tonight, we're going to be heading down to Utah, staying at
Flaming Gorge.
Flaming Gorge. Yeah. So we got to see them about the time the clouds broke. We saw them and we headed out. And we exited the Tetons and the Yellowstone area.
We came down through Flaming Gorge, Utah. Wow. Yeah. It's totally underrated.
Way underrated. And we met a Swedish family when we first got into Yellowstone, and they said that they come up through Flaming Gorge, and they said that they had never heard of it, but wow, they would spend like an entire week.
Yeah, it was
in Flaming
gorgeous.
Gorge. And I have to say that when we pulled in, it was like,
yeah, you should
right.
You should put Flaming Gorge on your list. If you've never been to Flaming Gorge, Utah, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I wish we would have had an opportunity to spend like one more day there. Just kind of hung out and saw everything, but flew the drone there at the campsite and took some nice pictures.
Yeah, we stayed at Mustang Ridge, so.
Yeah, there's not really anything to speak of at Mustang Ridge.
Yeah.
No electric, no running water to site. But,
yeah. And
the flushing toilets were broke, so no showers there either. We hooked up our hot water shower.
Oh yeah.
Propane. So we had to take a shower at the campsite.
Yeah, that's right. We left Flaming Gorge, Utah, and we went to Aspen, Colorado.
So when we set our GPS coordinates to Aspen and we left out of Flaming Gorge, it said, GPS was like, hey, turn right on this dirt road. They're like, no, there's no way I'm turning right on that dirt road.
Yeah.
I can't even see the end of it.
No.
We went on down the road probably another, 7 or 8 miles?
Yeah.
And it said, turn right on this dirt road. I'm like, hold on. We brought up the GPS map and it was like, if we keep going north, we're going in the wrong direction of where we need to land.
So I guess we got to take this dirt road.
So we took a right, and there was somebody else, a power line worker, or oil
And he
well
quickly
worker.
disappeared.
He took off right in front of us, and he was gone. But we drove 14 miles down this dirt road, and the dirt road gets smaller and smaller, and down over these hills, down these valleys, up these side these mountains.
And it turned into a goat trail.
And then it turned left onto this little goat trail. I mean, it's like a logging trail.
Yeah.
It's what I would consider a logging trail.
In the middle of nowhere, you saw nothing. There was no buildings.
There's grass
There's
growing
no
up
power
in the
lines.
road.
It was nothing.
And I was like, I don't have a good feeling about this.
Yeah.
And then eventually the dim road turned back into a larger dirt road. And we drove a few miles more. And then all of a sudden we came over into Colorado.
But we saw these little, like there was this little, like a little community where they were working. It was like a few little trailers or something.
Well, or natural gas community.
Yeah, but it was like maybe 5 trailers in this working building, and that was it.
And it's because they were 100 miles from the nearest town.
Right.
Yeah. We didn't realize that we were going to be 100 miles from anything. Because when you're that far out and you set your GPS, you're hoping to get a bar so that the map loads. It's not like you can sit there and you can fish around and see what all's around you. Like you immediately lose signal.
Yeah.
And then you just keep your maps loaded and you go. We drove for 100 miles. Once we got over into Colorado, it turned to pavement. And we drove probably 100 miles and we only saw one guy on a horse driving cattle. And that was all we saw for 100 miles.
That's all we saw. Yep.
Now, I don't know where I saw it, but I have recently seen an advertisement on the internet for, we just got an order from Dinosaur, Colorado.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we come out, right there at Dinosaur, Colorado. And there was a little gas station right there. And this little old lady, she was real nice. We got some fuel.
Yep.
And then we headed on.
And then we got into Aspen, and I'm just going to tell you that it was so busy and crazy and crowded. And I mean, I get nervous when we get in traffic and we're towing the camper.
Yeah.
If it was just us in a vehicle, I'm not all that bad. But when we got the camper, I'm freaking out because I want him to stop in order to show the people behind us to stop way before. I'm scared someone's going to ram our camper. So
we didn't stop in Aspen. We just rolled right on through.
Yeah, we just rolled right on through.
Right on through the little twists and turns, and we rolled out.
And then we got on that highway.
Independence Pass. And I had heard about Independence Pass. And they said nobody over 33 feet long. And before we left, I measured, we were 32 feet.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, we're doing it. We're going up Independence Pass.
My gosh.
And you see all the warnings like $5,000 fine if you're over length and stuff like that.
Yeah, because
there's warnings.
Hairpin turn.
And I find out why they don't want you any longer than 33 feet. Like, that is absolutely the longest that you can navigate some of those passes around cars when they're stopped, waiting on traffic to come by.
So I have footage where we're going along this, and of course, you know, it's on my side of the vehicle where there's a cliff to your death. And I mean, it shows
no guardrails.
Yeah, well, it shows the guardrails where people have ran into it and they're like hanging. The guardrails are all mangled and everything, and I'm just like, and we're driving here on this road.
There's a traffic light off the side of this mountain to where it turns to one lane, and it's one lane around the edge of this mountain, and you're probably 10,000 feet up.
Yeah.
And you look down, there's no trees to catch you. Like,
no.
It's down.
I mean, my stomach was just doing
I
somersaults.
was white knuckling it. I didn't think that it would be that intense.
I was leaned way over in the truck like this. I had my camera over here, and I was doing one of these numbers. I didn't want to see it.
That was the most intense drive I have ever made my entire life.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably 45 minutes to an hour long of just white knuckle.
I couldn't wait to get off that road.
And I will never go over that road again.
Yeah, we're done. We've done it, and we're done.
So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed
But
the
we did
video
go all the way up to like right beside snow.
It crested. There was snow. There were overlooks.
That's how high we went.
Yeah.
And then all the way back down this mountain.
We came several feet off the mountain, or several thousand feet off the mountain, and there was still snow.
Yeah.
And this is July 3rd, I think is the date.
Yeah.
And crazy.
Yep. And then we stayed at Gunnison Campground.
We were going to stay at Gunnison, but Michelle said there's no power.
That's right.
So we got reservations.
We stayed at Texas.
Big Texas.
Big Texas RV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody from Texas owns the RV spot, and it's in Colorado.
Tall Texan RV parks and cabins. It was a super cool place. We enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, nice community, nice little town.
Yeah, I wanted to plug in. I wanted some water. I wanted to,
We got the local advice of where to eat, so I went and had a steak. I don't remember what Michelle had, but yeah.
So that was nice. Yep. And then we left out of Colorado and we went to New Mexico. New Mexico is not one of my favorite places to go.
Not that camp spot. We just wanted to say that we have camped in New Mexico, so we could add a little sticker to our map.
Yeah, but I just didn't really...
And it was on the 4th of July. There wasn't a lot going on.
Yeah.
We were hoping to catch some city fireworks, maybe a little festival going on. There was a little festival, but you could walk the whole thing in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
A little small town.
I just wasn't really impressed with New Mexico. It's 4th of July. And we're going to where?
Sugarite Canyon, New Mexico.
Okay. Told Randall we should eat some Mexican food there.
Hey, that sounds legit.
Probably pretty good.
Probably so.
Okay, all we've seen is mountains. You can see out his window over there.
Yeah, lots of mountains, lots of vast open land.
We're not used to that.
Not used to driving 100 miles with no cell phone signal.
That's true.
We've had a lot of that this trip. Basically 17 days of no cell phone signal. Or at least spotty. Maybe when you come into a town, get some fuel, recycling supplies.
It's been beautiful though.
It has.
And the amount of little homesteads out here in the middle of nowhere is kind of shocking to me.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're passing one right now. Just some cows, a house, a little corral.
Yeah, they have horses, cows,
and then you go 10 more miles before you see anybody else.
And so far, like 20 miles before you get to a town, so it's in the middle of nowhere.
We left there and we went through Oklahoma.
That's right.
Hey everybody. Well, it's the day after 4th of July. The only fireworks we had at the campsite last night was a thunderstorm that come through. It was about just after midnight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it seemed to have cracked lightning like right over our camper.
Yeah.
And I thought the tree that was above our camper was coming through the camper.
Yeah. And right before that, Randall's like, oh, we don't have to worry about storms here, you know. Bam.
I was like, New Mexico doesn't get storms. New Mexico got a storm last night. I can tell you that.
Look at all these birds.
Well, we've left New Mexico. We're currently in the panhandle of Oklahoma. We're heading to Canton, Oklahoma, which is basically an all-day drive of 300, almost 400 miles total.
And we have 2 hours and 27 minutes left to be exact.
Yeah, we're basically just holding the wheel straight because the road that we're on is for miles and miles and miles, as far as you can see, in a complete straight line.
Yeah.
We're just going through wheat fields and cattle, and that's about all we've seen for hours. But we're going to be in Big Bend Campground tonight. Tomorrow we're going to hit the Oklahoma City area, and I'm going to show Michelle around where I used to live in Oklahoma. And then we're going to be outbound to Texarkana, where we'll spend tomorrow night in Texarkana. So this trip is almost in the books. There's not a lot of scenery to show you guys. We're not really doing a lot, but we figured to give you a little update. Yep, and we just stayed at a lake in Oklahoma. No big deal, nothing eventful. And then we left there, and then I started showing Michelle where I used to live, my old stomping grounds in Oklahoma City area, where I was stationed. I flew on the airplanes at the Navy Squadron that's at Tinker Air Force Base in Oklahoma City. Then we drove on out and we stayed at Texarkana, Texas. Got there at dark, left early in the morning, and then just drove the rest of the way right back into to home. It was like an 8-hour drive home.
Yeah.
So it was a quick, long trip out there, many hours of driving, but then we took our time and just kind of dotted our way back. So it wasn't too bad, but all in all, trip of a lifetime.
Yes.
Rue got t-shirts.
Yes.
For everybody that made the trip. So if you can see, this was Tony's camper in his color. That's Jerry's camper in his color. That's me, our camper with the canoe on the top. And then
that's
Sunny,
yep.
which is Rue's camper here, and then the state of Idaho. So he got
that's
these shirts for us.
Mm-hmm.
I greatly appreciate it, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then we call it the Wild Wild West. It's not actually on this shirt. Wild Wild West trip 2024. But it was a trip of a lifetime. Absolutely loved it. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I would do it again. All in all, absolutely wonderful trip. Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
We did do a little math and kind of kept track of the figures along the way. We had the 3-liter diesel truck. I get 20 miles a gallon down the interstate while I'm pulling my camper. And fuel out there, camping spots, food, and everything that we did over the course of 3 weeks, we did the entire trip for under $1,000. And that's why we build these little campers, so that we can go off and we see America, and we can get these little remote spots and go places that other people can't go, see things other people can't see, and we can do it affordably. So, you know, hey, join the camping community if you're not a teardropper. Teardrop camping is great. We now are fully outfitted. We can charge our house batteries while it's connected to our truck using the DC to DC converter, which we just installed. We got solar panels just for this trip. We upgraded a battery to an AGM 100 amp hour battery. So we did some things in order, for this trip. But we felt like we come home a little bit limping too. But duct tape and our fan.
Our camper was limping. But
yeah.
One thing I can say is we also upgraded our mattress. Yeah. We have a mattress that you would have in your home.
We bought this mattress to go in our home.
Right. And I decided last minute, no, let's put it in the camper. We were going to put the mattress in our house that we had in here, but we just put a brand new one in here. And it made all the difference in the world.
I sleep better on this than I do with a mattress in our house.
It's so comfortable. So if you're not enjoying sleeping in your Teardrop, maybe upgrade your mattress.
Yeah.
Those little tri-fold things, they might save you some room and all, but
it might be convenient.
It's not going to be as comfortable.
Be comfortable.
Yeah.
Be comfortable.
You might want to make it comfortable.
I did buy a cheap Amazon fan when we built this camper, and I wish I had not done that, because on the very last day home, the roof broke and it was flapping all the way home. So we had to put some duct tape on that and bring that on home. So we will be getting an upgrade to a max air fan with remote control and all the amenities. So we're going all out on that. So upgrades coming. We got to refiberglass the front of the camper and repaint the fenders. And we will be right back in good shape. We're
going to add some of that, what's that black steel stuff that we put down there?
Yeah, the metal. We're going to be adding some metal to protect it.
Because I don't like all the where the rocks have dinged all of our wood and stuff. So the next time we go down a gravel road, I'll feel better about we're going to have a little strip on the sides too. I'll feel a lot better about having that at the very bottom of our camper, just to protect the wood.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, coming along with us and enjoying the trip right along with us. Give us a thumbs up if this is your first time watching. Hit the subscribe button. All right, remember, keep growing, keep building, and always keep adventuring.
And together we're Flaming Famous.
We'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.